welcome to Irish Sports World, Saturday, the 10th of February. Sorry, I'm a bit late tonight, just checking the golf. Our Shane is playing in the Phoenix Open, just see how very good we've got to the 12th hole, and he's -3 for the day and in 10th place, so doing quite well, and I hope he can keep that up. Other news, quite a bit of rugby weekend, the Six Nations, but it's not desperately interesting. I think the case of us Irish, because of what happened in the World Cup, it's kind of like, at least in my feeling, it's kind of, so what? Beat France, so what? Possibly will beat Italy tomorrow, so what? Because they didn't do it when it counted in the quarter-final against New Zealand, as they failed so many times. That's what it is. In any sport, it's the big ones that matter, and it's are going to be remembered by. And these guys let us down last year, whether they like it or not. They were a much better team, man to man, before the New Zealand game looked much better, but they failed. The pressure got to them, and quite a few of the so-called top players in the world on that team didn't perform when it counted. Other than that, we've had wins for France against Scotland and England against Wales, both very tight games. So I think England quite lucky over Wales, and France will be quite disappointed not doing better against Scotland. It looks like Ireland are by far the strongest team, and kind of a meaningless match tomorrow against Italy. If I eat my words, I do, but if they, that should be quite handy for them. That's the rugby. In soccer, we had the final of the Asian Cup, what do you want to call it, the Asian Nations Cup, between Qatar, who won it last time, and Jordan, who looked very, very impressive in the semi-final when they beat South Korea. Not sure of the details of the match, but Qatar ended up winning 3-1, and the one fact that it shows that all 3 goals came from the penalty spot by the same guy, so that doesn't sound like it was a very enthralling final. Bit of Premiership stuff, but no significant results that I could see. But we did have some on the continent, or the key match in Germany, or Bayer Leverkusen are in leading there and trying to stop Bayern Munich winning. Now, don't tell me it's 11, 12 in a row, 10 in a row, something like that. And they're at home to Bayern today, and just looking at the goals, played some wonderful stuff. Definitely Xavi Alonso is doing a grand job there, as because of the Liverpool situation. He's been in the news, but with Leverkusen, he's doing quite a great job. And Leverkusen have been the Cinderellas of German football in the last 20-25 years. Been unlucky to be second so many times, and they were beaten in a great Champions League final as well by Real Madrid. I think it was 2001. So you'd be hoping that Xavi will work his magic, because today they won 3-0 and totally dominated Bayern. Bayern didn't seem to have anything there, and Bayern defence looked absolutely awful. So hopefully that'll continue. Because you must remember, Bayern had been beaten maybe 2 or 3 weeks back, hammered by Frankfurt, I think, and Frankfurt 5-0. So there's definitely something wrong in Munich. And then we also had a decisive game in, well, I'm not saying Bayern, that's a decisive game in Germany. Munich will come back on that, but right now Leverkusen are looking good. But probably a decisive game in Spain was Real Madrid against Girona, the surprise package of the season, and that finished 4-0 to Madrid, with Bellingham. Again, Bellingham seems to be the outstanding player of the season so far. Scoring a couple again from midfield, and he really has been quite something. They're living up to all the hype and well worth his fee. think that just looking at Harry Kane at Munich and they paid, I wouldn't say much less than Madrid played for Bellingham, but you can see the difference. Kane has started fantastically well, but he's not scoring right now. The goals are starting to dry up, and as regards value for money, I'd say Bayern. I think Bellingham wanted to go to Madrid anyway, but usually Dortmund used to be a feeding ground for Bayern in Germany, and like all the small clubs in Germany were feeding grounds for Bayern. So they'll be looking at that one with a bit of sadness, or whatever you want to call it. There we go. So it'll be an interesting end to the season. Interesting to see as well how the Champions League goes, because people would be thinking of City, of course, would be the favourites this year, but Real now are looking quite good, and that could end up being, well, not the final, the decisive game, Real and City. And probably one even I'd look at, and I don't look at too many soccer matches. And finally, racing, which I know my tips yesterday were, I'm back to my usual form. The best result I had was a non-runner. I think it was a big race. Shiskin back to form. It'd be great Shiskins. So looking forward to Cheltenham. Just throwing a couple of horses for tomorrow, just for the laugh, as we say. Into a nice card at Navan. 2:45. I picked Blazing Cow. One of I think it's Gordon Elliott's better ones. 13-8. I think he's more or less favoured, as is Nick Rocket. In the 3:45 from Willie Mullins at 4-5. I'm getting a bit conservative, so all kind of wins. 4:45 at Navan would be Luck Owl, which would be a nice 6-1. And then in Exeter as well, there's quite a nice card. You have a horse in the 4:05 called Kestrel Valley. 11-1 has a bit of a chance, I think. Well, don't be minding me. So anyway, that's enough for Saturday, and I'll talk to you, please God, tomorrow.